My name is Yusla Mnyengeterwa Hove. I'm a mother of two. I've got two handsome boys. I'm the CEO and founder of an organization called Today's Business Women and Development, an organization that empowers women in leadership and stimulates entrepreneurship development in women. And our vision is to unleash the potential in African women through promoting them to rise up and work using their God-given gifts. How I started Today's Business Women in Development, it was not easy though, but I went into a mode of discovering myself. Who am I? Through some challenges that I went through in life. You know, when you are growing up as a young girl, everyone would say, I want to be married to someone who is rich. I want a husband who will take care of me. I want everything, all good things that I want in life. And you'll be thinking that your husband is going to fulfill that. But yes, I just want to thank God. God was faithful, and I had a husband who was taking good care of me as a woman. I was not even going to work. I was sitting at home. But something happened during during the time when that was in 2008, when my husband lost his job. And we went through some difficulties in the home because I was just waiting for my husband to support us. So we started having shortages of things in the house, basic commodities for food and other things. And then from there, that's when I realized, but I'm a woman and I'm not doing anything, and I'm just waiting for my husband to feed me and support me. And also being raised in a family where my mother was a greatest pillar because my father was asthmatic. So her duties of doing work were so much limited. So my mother was busy doing everything, that we are going to school, we are doing this, all good things, but with the support of my father. So I started discovering myself, who am I? Because my mother was a hardworking woman, but I'm just a woman who is sitting down. So from there, that's when I started thinking of doing something as a woman. I started selling. I started very small. I started by asking my husband if he has got some money in the house, and then that time he had only 200 rands. So with that 200 rands, that is the money that I first invested in my business. So what I did with 200 rands, I just went and I bought sweets, and I bought nice basket. Then I put my sweets in a very nice basket. So every Sunday I'll carry my basket to go to church and sell. Then from there, I was now growing in business. So from that sweets, I managed to buy perfumes. So I'll buy perfumes and I'll sell perfumes. And then from perfumes, that's when I ventured into kitchenware. My idea was I wanted to sell kitchenware, but I didn't have enough money to go and stock kitchenware that I can sell to people. So from 2013 to about end of 2014, I was doing those small businesses, but my aim was to sell kitchenware. Then end of 2014, that's when I ventured full-time into kitchenware. So as I was selling kitchenware, I would spend most of my time with women, as you know that women like to change their homes. In 2015, I had so much following of women, all these women that I was selling kitchenware. And then the other thing that I've noticed as I was doing business, I've noticed that there are some women who needs also nice things, but they cannot afford to buy certain things because their finances are limited. So I opted, and then I come up with this project where I would group women into group of 10 and say, okay, we want plates. So the group of 10, we are going to buy each other plates. So this is how so many women came around my life. Then from there, I was now teaching them that this money for round is not supposed to be the money that comes from your husband's pocket, or it's not supposed to be the money that comes from your workplace, but you need to do some businesses, and then take the money and then pay for the pots or anything that you are doing. So I started teaching them on how to do businesses. So because these women were so many, I started mentoring one-on-one. And then I found that no, I cannot mentor them one-on-one because we were too much. So I ended up having business seminars where I would teach them to start a business from scratch. And I will tell them that don't despise the humble beginnings, because as I started my business, I started with 200 rands, which is about, I think about 14 US dollars. So I would train them, start with what you have. If you have got $5 in the house, start with that one. Because there's a time where you say, I don't want to start business because I don't have capital. But for TBD and also my life, capital was just something else that people can start without. For example, if you've got so many shoes in the house, you can take those shoes, you sell. The money that you get, you are now into shoe business. So from there, we started doing business seminars, and our first business seminar, we had about 57 women, and then the second one was about 150, the third one was about 350, and people would come from Malawi, people would come from Mozambique, and also every province in Zimbabwe to come and attend this training. Then after the training, that's when I registered a trust for women called Today's Business Women and Development, because we wanted women to work, women to be independent. So after Today's Business Women and Development have been registered, or it has been birthed, that's when I started grouping people, women in different departments, according to your passion. Because I believe that if someone has got a passion of doing something, that person will excel. If you start business through your passion, you excel, because you don't get bored with the business that you are doing. No one is forcing you, but you are doing it from your heart. And passion is something that you are born with, something that is inside you. It's you. You'll be doing business about yourself. So I started grouping women in different departments. Like, we have got a farming group where people with passion in farming are grouped into, and vanokwanisa kudzidziswa different crops that they can farm. Saka tinoenda tonovatsvagira maseminars avanoenda, and then vanotrainwa. Recently we have noticed that some of them vanoda kuita businesses, but the challenge is they don't have greenhouses. So we were telling them to make use of the backyard of their houses. So we managed to group them, and then they were working greenhouses in a group. So vaibhadhara a certain amount per month, and then mumwe nomwe achisirwa greenhouse. I think for this year we managed to put nearly about 15 greenhouses for ladies.
I'm on my second crop, English cucumbers. We planted it in October, and already we are on our fourth harvest. I was never a farmer. I couldn't even water a tomato. But through TBD, which is a women empowering group, nekusangana nemadzimai vanga vane shave rekurima nekudii, sisi tichingovatungamira, ndisi vatungamiri vachoka, chingovaudza kuti endai munoita zvakati nezvakati, hanzi kwakati kune farming training, kwakati kune chi. And then mukuvajoina kuenda kumatraining iwawo, I thought something started happening in me. Kungofunga kuti I have to go mumasupermarket ndichinotenga vegetable, kana kuti mukomana kumbana ngoti mama tikudawo mbeu yetsunga, ndopa tsunga. Well, my house is on an acre, so I've got plenty of land. Togoita nguva tichingodya tsunga kunge tichachinja kungoita green, and anything else that I would want, whether it's cabbage or whatever, I'd have to go to the supermarket. But through visiting mangu madzimai TB ndichona munhu kayadhi kake kadiki, but mune tsunga, mune repe, mune chi, ndikati amai mukuchembera zvisina kunaka. So and then we had an opportunity to visit my greenhouses, and that ndikati izvo is smart farming, that's where I'm going to start. So we introduced my rounds yedu, matakaunganidza madzimai who were interested in having my greenhouses. Tikaita my rounds yedu. That's how this greenhouse was born. And now andichabuda munda. It's such a lovely feeling. Rather than empowering women, we also empower ourselves, because I've been empowered payadi pangu yezvinezvi you find anything and everything, kubvira little maize, carrots, turnips, chii padiki padiki padiki, and I personally supervise where zvinodyarwa izvo ndiri mugarden kubvira na5. Okay, this is the English cucumber. I said ndatoitemawo zvangu, but I said yatombokwana. Anokura zvekuti kana ziwani zihombe, loti munhu wani unoto, it's enough for you for the whole week. And we work with vanhu vakatisira greenhouses who are very, very supportive, who really help with my farming journey. Tinenge tine agronomist atinenge tichisenza nawo, munhu wese anenge aisirwa greenhouse, and the greenhouse comes with drip irrigation, drip tank, and everything. And then you also get support of an agronomist. Anoenda newe kubvira preparation of land, kusvika pakudyara, kusvika izvo zvinhu wakanga atori pano kunoona kuti crop yedu iri kufamba zvakanaka sei. Saka, yeah. With my history, if anybody knows my history, kuti nini I'm now proper doing cattle farming, God is great.
We also have car round where we encourage women to drive, because the car round and the license round, because the license round we encourage them to have driver's licenses, because driver's license is the simplest thing that a woman can get, because it does not even need your qualifications, it does not even ask anything, it's just your ID and your money, and to write learners is very simple. So we encourage them to go and do driver's licenses. Since we started TBD, I think we have got over 100 ladies who acquire driver's licenses through our grouping system and encouragement. So on the car side, we are saying, ladies, if you've got a simple business, you need to invest in a car. If you've got a small business, you need to invest in a car. So how we do it is, because there's no way where a person, because of our economy, will raise like 4,000 on her own. So we group them in a group of 10, and then we said, what type of car do you want? And then they can say, we want a Honda Fit. Like this year, we bought so many Honda Fits like nobody's business. So they agree on a certain type of a car, and then they contribute that towards that car as a group.
Mrs. Hove is a pace setter. She just doesn't do things that haphazardly. So as a woman and a professional, I learned a lot just from the practical ways that she does things. And then on the groups, she announced that now we are doing money rounds, we are doing stands, if you want to buy a stand and everything. So I joined the car round. There was also a car round. I joined the car round. I had to challenge myself. I knew that I could not afford the money that was being asked for. And so she actually posted different types of cars and their amounts. And I opted for a Honda Fit. So I was paying $410 per month. And we had a deadline again, the 3rd of every month. You had to pay your $410. So there were the 10 of us. And from that also I learned to be patient, because it wasn't about scrambling to be the first person to get the car. So I was the 5th in the line among the 10 of us. And then last month I received my own car. And that is my first car ever in life that I bought by myself. And I'm forever grateful. Now I can do my business easily.
So putting them in groups, I have noticed that it creates oneness. And because I heard that a saying where people are saying women, they've got pull each other down syndrome. So, but now at TBD, that one, it does not work, because you support each other as women. So it creates sisterhood, it creates oneness. So this year in 2019, we ventured into manufacturing, because we have noticed that so many companies in Zimbabwe, they are no longer doing manufacturing due to different economy reasons. So, because most people, if they want to buy groceries, if they want to buy so many things, you have to take a bus to South Africa, or you have to send a runner to South Africa. So us as women, as TBD women, we saw a gap, there a business opportunity and say, okay, we are women, we have got hands, we've got 5 senses, we can manufacture these things. So we have got different groups that are manufacturing detergents, that they are doing Vim, they are doing petroleum jelly, honey, chunks, flour, peanut butter, spices. I cannot finish because the list is very long. And some of them, they've managed to start supplying the shops. The only challenge that we have to supply big shops like those big supermarkets, they need a lot of capacity. Are we able to supply them? Because when they are taking tons. They are taking they've got like over 64 shops around Zimbabwe, and they want every branch to have our product. So when we went there, they were talking about tons. So now for us, the finance to manufacture these tons and the machinery to manufacture these things, that's the only problem. But our products are very good. Some of them, they've went through the testing, the healthy testing, and they passed it. They say they are very good. So the only challenge that we have is we want machinery, we want like a lot of money so that we can start supplying bigger shops like OK, Pick n Pay, and other big supermarkets in Zimbabwe. But otherwise, we are doing very well in our manufacturing department. What we also do as TBD, we do business trips. Business trips, they are very important. Like recently, we traveled to China. The reason why we went to China is we also wanted to go and have a meeting with manufacturing companies and also the suppliers that supplies bags and different things here in Zimbabwe. So when we went there, because most of the time we encourage our women to have registered companies, to have businesses that create legacy, that will leave legacy to our children, that our children can inherit. So by doing that, the only thing that you need to do is to register a company and have a brand. So we went there because we wanted to have brand. Like, for example, if I'm going to China to stock shoes, I need those shoes to be registered under my name so that I can sell my brand. When I go to China to buy suits, I need those suits to be registered under my name, to be branded under my name, so that I can have something that I can say, this is mine. Because if I sell somebody's brand, I'm promoting that brand. I'm not promoting myself. So at the end of the day, my children, they don't have any inheritance in my business. So when we went there, we managed to have different manufacturers that we met. The only challenge that we faced is because when they are manufacturing something in your name, you have to stock a lot of them, like 1,000 plus, 5,000 plus, 10,000 plus. So our monies were not enough. But as we came back here, we are working towards that, so that by the end of 2020, we are going to have our own brand products under our names. The other thing that we are also doing at TBD, we are doing stands. Since I said TBD, it touches the needs of a woman. So we are doing residential stands. What we do with residential stands is TBD does not own any land. Neither is it a real estate agent, no. So what we do is TBD will go and approach the people who have got land, and then we sit down with them and we agree on terms, like 5-year plan term, 3-year, so that our members are flexible when they are making their payments. So we go there, we sit down with them, we discuss on terms, and then also the pricing, because we are going there in numbers. So we'll tell the seller that we are so much, like we want 1,000 stands, and please can you give us, can we pay over 5 years? So TBD will just stand in between the seller and its members, so that its members will get land. So in 2019, this year, we managed to buy over 150 ladies bought stands in the area of Borodale, in the area of Zimri Park, and we are still continuing to get land for our members, because TBD is in every province in Zimbabwe.
Through TBD, I've learned a lot to interact with women, and I have grown. One thing that I just want to say that has really helped me is TBD haisikudzokera kumashure. It's growing and it's going far. Last year we also managed to get into my rounds stands. Ndakakwanisa kutenga stand kuBorodale. Yes, I said it, kuBorodale. So yeah. And this year also on Rukito project broilers, the beauty about TBD is it's a lot of women within the group, so you network with each other. I get customers easily within the group. Kana ndikaslota huku dzangu ndakutengesa handimbonyanyonetseka kuti ndotengesera kupi. Kana ndikange ndine mazai, I get customers from the group, and there are so many loyal women within the group, and I would encourage women out there to join TBD. This year there is so much atakagonerwa neTBD. There is the farming group kwatakutodzidza kurima. Today ndikutoenda kunodyara mbeu yechibage. I'm a bit late by about a week, but it's never too late. There is also the baking group. Kune madzimai ari kudzidziswa kubeka chaiko mabasa emaoko. So ukapinda muTBD ukaona wakagara, you need to ask yourself kuti what's wrong with me, because madzimai have bought stands, they have bought cars, they've done wonderful, wonderful things. I believe murume wese ane mukadzi ari muTBD anoti kana akagara kwaari anozvirova dundundu kuti I married a beautiful wife, mudzimai akarongeka through TBD. To Uzila Hove, I want to say there's so much grace upon your life, and God has ordained you to raise women. Do not tire, do not lose hope, and continue to do great things. The Lord will see you through. So to the women out there, come and join TBD. 2020, there is more in store. Thank you.